Hello and welcome. So today's video is going to be about whether or not Marie Antoinette had an affair. So Marie Antoinette married the future King Louis XVI of France when she was about 14 or 15 years old. This was of course an arranged marriage, and it took 7 years for the marriage to be consummated. Now, there have been some reasons put forward as to why it took so long to consummate their marriage. The first one being that of course they were both still young and they were sexually inexperienced, and they could have been nervous and shy and just really unable to do it. But it is also said that Louis had something wrong with his penis, which made it painful to have sex. Now, there was this operation that can be performed that would make it so it wouldn't be painful anymore, but due to the time and the risk of infection, because they didn't have any antibiotics, Louis was apparently reluctant to have this operation just in case he got an infection and ended up passing away from it. The couple did eventually have sex because they had 4 children together. And even though King Louis acknowledged all 4 of the children as his, there are rumours going around saying that their last 2 children were not the children of King Louis of France. They were actually the children of Swedish soldier Axel von Friesen. Now, Marie Antoinette had first met Axel in January 1774 at a ball in Paris. This was while she was still the Dauphine and not Queen of France yet. Marie Antoinette was apparently instantly attracted to Axel, and he was also attracted to her. She would invite Axel to Versailles. And he became one of her most favourite guests there. But because he was a soldier, Axel spent quite a lot of time away in England, and he spent some time fighting in the American Revolutionary War. So they were not able to see each other that much at that time, but later on they were able to spend a lot more time together. So when Louis became King Louis XVI of France, he gifted Marie Antoinette the Petit Trianon Palace. This was a 3-storey pleasure house on the grounds of Versailles. It had originally been intended for the mistress of King Louis XIV of France, Madame de Pompadour. So Marie Antoinette was really pleased with this gift, and she would spend the majority of her time there. She would invite her friends from court to the palace to stay there with her, and one frequent visitor there was Axel von Friesen. He was such a frequent visitor to the place that he actually had his own apartments above the Queen's. Now, letters that have been written between the pair did show that they did have some sort of intimate relationship. Whether that relationship was a physical relationship, we can't definitely be certain. And if it was a physical relationship, it most likely wouldn't have been in the early stages, because Marie Antoinette was still Queen of France, which meant she had to make sure any children she had were the children of the kings, so that they would be able to inherit the French throne. It can be said that once Marie Antoinette and King Louis had their heir, then her and Axel's relationship did get physical. But then, even if they weren't having a physical relationship, it was most likely their relationship was an emotional one. And King Louis may have even known about Marie Antoinette and Axel's attachment to each other. So when the French Revolution happened, the King and Queen and their family was imprisoned. Now, Axel plotted to get them released, and he even borrowed money to do so, but the escape plan actually failed, and the King and Queen ended up being executed by guillotine. Axel died about 20 years after Marie Antoinette's death, after being beaten to death in Stockholm by a mob who suspected him of being involved in the Crown Prince's death. So what do you think? Do you reckon that Marie Antoinette and Axel's relationship was a physical one, and that at least 2 or maybe all of her children could have been his? Were they having an emotional relationship, or were they just very good friends? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!